The night draped its dark veil over the ancient town of Blackthorn, where cobblestone streets twisted like veins through the heart of forgotten history. Shadows clung to the walls, and a silvery mist drifted between the houses, curling around gas lamps that flickered uncertainly. The moon, full and pale, cast an eerie glow on the world below, revealing, if one dared to look, the hidden truths lurking in the dark. The clock in Blackthorn struck midnight with a mournful chime when a figure emerged from the fog. Tall, cloaked in black, and with eyes that shimmered crimson, he moved silently through the sleeping streets. He was Lord Alaric Vane, an ancient soul reborn into a restless world. His hunger, unlike any mortal's, was gnawing, constant, and eternal. He had returned to Blackthorn after centuries, drawn by a scent on the wind, the bloodline of an old family, the Mortwells, whose ancestors had once tried to seal him beneath the earth. He paused before a grand estate, its iron gates rusted and vines choking the facade. The Mortwell crest, two intertwined serpents, gleamed faintly. His lips curled in a half-smile, and with a whisper of his cloak, he vanished into the night. Inside the Mortwell manor, Evelyn Mortwell tossed in her sleep, her dreams haunted by whispers. She was the last of her line, a young woman with flame-red hair and eyes like storm clouds. She had grown up on tales of her family's dark past, stories of a vampire sealed away by her great-great-grandfather, whispered warnings to never linger outside after dark, and to always keep a vial of salt by the windows. But that night, the air felt colder, the shadows deeper. A soft knock echoed through her chamber. 3 slow, deliberate taps. Her heart raced. She rose from her bed, clutching a silver locket, and approached the door. When she opened it, no one was there. But on the floor lay a single black rose, glistening with dew. As she stooped to pick it up, a voice, smooth as velvet, yet cold as the grave, whispered behind her, "The blood remembers, Evelyn." She spun, but the hallway was empty. The next night, Evelyn sat in the grand library, candles flickering low. A sudden gust snuffed them out, plunging her into darkness. When the moonlight seeped through the tall windows, Lord Alaric stood before her, his eyes burning. "I have come for what is mine," he said, his voice laced with hunger and regret. Evelyn, terrified but defiant, clutched her locket. "My family destroyed you once. We can do it again." Alaric's gaze softened for a moment, as if the weight of centuries bore down upon him. "Your family thought they had won, but curses cannot be buried, only delayed. You carry the blood that binds you to me, and I have waited far too long." He extended a hand. "Come with me willingly, and I will spare this town the suffering of my hunger." Evelyn felt an ancient pull, like a thread connecting her soul to his. She hesitated. Could she sacrifice herself to save Blackthorn? Or was there a way to break the cycle? As Alaric advanced, Evelyn's mind raced. Her grandmother's old journal spoke of a ritual, a way to sever the curse, but it required a sacrifice, a willing heart, pure of soul, and a drop of the vampire's own blood. "I will not let this darkness take me," Evelyn said, voice trembling yet resolute. Alaric tilted his head. Brave and foolish. But as he reached for her, Evelyn struck, plunging a silver dagger into his chest. Alaric roared, not in pain, but in rage. He seized her wrist, and as her blood touched his, the room pulsed with an otherworldly glow. The curse awoke, threads of magic snapping loose, swirling around them like a storm. "You think you can bind me again?" he hissed. "No," Evelyn whispered. "I mean to end." With a final surge of strength, Evelyn recited the words from the journal she was reading in the library, the history of her family, her voice steady. "By blood bound, by blood freed. Let the chains of the past dissolve beneath the light of the blood moon." Alaric's form shuddered, his eyes widening in a mixture of fury and sorrow. His body began to unravel, shadows peeling away like smoke in the dawn. As the first rays of sunlight broke over Blackthorn, Alaric Vane let out a final, anguished scream before crumbling into ash, his essence carried away on the morning breeze. Evelyn collapsed, a locket glowing in her hand. The town stirred awake, unaware of the ancient evil that had stalked their dreams. Evelyn survived, but she was forever changed. The Mortwell curse was broken, but whispers still echoed in the night. Blackthorn remained a town of secrets, and Evelyn and her family, the last of the Mortwells, became the Silent Guardians. Some nights, when the moon was full, she would sit by her window, watching the fog roll in, and wonder if all evil had truly been vanquished, or if some shadows were merely waiting to rise again.